All right, now I'm going to continue with the initial set of contiguous thirds that you would use in standard equal temperament or in the equal temperament via Marburg that I'm going to demonstrate today. And I have a unique way of setting and proving that the initial set of contiguous thirds is exactly right. First thing you want to do is from your A4 is to tune the A3. Now I tune it obviously flat at first, and then I draw it up just until I hear the beat stop. And you might think I can hear a very, very slow rolling beat, and if you're right there, it sounds either like zero beat or very slowly rolling. You're probably about right. But now we need to prove that the interval is a 4/2 type octave. Now, and the test interval would be F3, and it's already approximately where it should be. Okay, and so if the third and the 10th beat exactly alike, not a little bit different, but exactly alike. It actually sounds like the 10th is a bit slower. Yes, that's what I want. I want a beatless octave that has the almost imperceptible swell to it. Yes, now I'm hearing alike. And then if you play these three notes together, the whole interval just hangs there with no slow beat emerging. If you had the octave too wide, then you'll hear a slow beat emerge. Now, what we really want this time, we want the 4/2 octave. We don't want a wider one, because that's for a different style of stretch for equal temperament. And I'm going with the very conservative 4/2 stretch, and you'll see why later. You'll see when I do the EBVT that I actually widen that octave. But this time, I want to have it exactly like this. Okay, now the next note is the F3 that I want to estimate. And this is really the only estimate that you're ever going to do. And yes, you're looking for that approximate 7 beats per second, but it's really not a measurable amount, not by the human ear anyway. This is just something that you have to get instinctively. But then you tune the F above it, F4, exactly the same way. This time I'm widening the octave because then I'm going to narrow it until I just hear the beat stop. Test that. Okay, so far so good. Now we still don't know if the F and the A were really correct or not, but when I try to place the C sharp, that will tell us. So now I do think I have something that sounds reasonable. If I start at the top, I have kind of a buzz sound, slightly slower, and then slightly slower again. Slow. Now you could go all day and try to refine that, but even if you get it this good, you're pretty good. But now there's a way to prove whether that's exactly right or not, and that's with the next two intervals that you would tune. And since we're doing the Markberg, I'm going to tune these two intervals as pure intervals, but you can do this temporarily if you're tuning standard equal temperament, just to prove that you have the contiguous thirds correctly. And I prove it with the note that would make that a minor chord. Forget about the dropping at an octave or anything like that. You don't really need to do that with a well-scaled piano in this region of the piano. It's not going to help you. Just use what's convenient. So again, if this chord just hangs there with no slow beat emerging, equal beating major, minor third and major third. Okay, and then from F I tune a fourth with the A sharp above it, A sharp or B flat. Yes, a really pure fourth. And to prove that, the test note is a major third below the bottom note. And all three together. Now, if I play F3, A3, and then F sharp 3, A sharp 3, and they progress, my initial chain of contiguous thirds was correct. If they don't, then it means that I need to make a little bit of correction. And just as I suspected, I'm very, very close, but not quite. And so this means that this, relative to the F sharp, A sharp, the FA is a little bit slow. So what this means is that I need to flatten the F. Not sure if I did or not, but if I play the octave, that'll tell me. Sure enough, it's very hard to move a note a fraction of a cent. There, I think that might be it. Yes, there's the tiniest beat in the octave now. Okay, now redo the fourth, the next major third. There we go. There's a narrow fifth. It's really got to be pure. There, that's a nice progression. So this is now correct. And so there is a unique way of creating the initial chain of contiguous thirds and proving that it's the best that can be. And so that means that these, in standard equal temperament, those notes are 100% reliable. And then in the Marburg temperament, additionally the F sharp and the A sharp are also 100% reliable. That's the end of the contiguous thirds session.